you can begin to look for certain things. One of the things that some of us went through was the fact that we don't know what we're looking for. We just get into the market and start thinking that the market will go one direction. Well, there are certain things I found online that helped me. Some articles. One of them says that when you are going to trade, you don't go in the direction that you are thinking the market will go. Go in the direction of your strategy. Sometimes you see some candles, just thinking, yeah, I know you can't see the screen yet. Yeah, we have not started. I'm just trying to do some talk. Sometimes you get into the market and you see candles behaving in a certain way, and unconsciously you're just thinking that the candle is going to go in a particular direction, and you enter the market. Is when you have lost the trade, you start asking yourself, why exactly did I get into this market? Then you just start telling yourself that I shouldn't have done that. I didn't follow my rules. It's happened to me. I didn't follow rules. I just thought it was going to go that direction. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But it's better to follow your strategy. Know exactly why you are entering the market. And if you enter the market and if you didn't go after your predictions and market analysis and chart analysis, candlestick analysis, it didn't go the way you wanted it or the way you expected it to go, you can take a little pause and ask yourself, why didn't it go? What did I do wrong? Maybe there was a level that I didn't observe. Maybe there was something. It's time to do that analysis on your mistakes. You'll be able to avoid that mistake the next time. There are some sayings, some wise sayings that if you made a mistake the first time, it could be considered a mistake. But if you repeat it the second and the third time, then something is wrong. Something is wrong. And one of the reasons why many of us repeat our mistakes, because we don't learn from them. Mistakes are not supposed to destroy us. They are supposed to give us a kind of certain information that can help us not to repeat them again. Not to repeat them again. And the amazing part of it, like one of the things I tell some of you, is that when you take a trade and you won that trade, try as much as possible to have the picture in your mind, because that same trade will reoccur again. They reoccur. There is nothing new in this chart. The chart is not emotional. It's the same thing. It will reoccur again. So if you won it the first time and you have that picture in your mind, if you see it again the next time, you will have more confidence. Oh, I took this trade and I won it. Then you can also have a picture of the one you lost and say, oh, this trade, I lost it. I lost it. And so I'm not going to take it again because this is what happened. So all of those things are very, very important, because I noticed that some of us, not even some, most of us are not interested in the psychology of trade. I'm not talking about candlestick psychology. I'm talking about the psychology of a trader. How does a trader, how should a trader think? What should be in the mind of a trader? I'm so excited that there are some of you that are doing exceptionally wonderful. I remember when I started with Ryan, he was a little bit very, very skeptical with me, but I noticed he was a very good student. Right now he's becoming like a master. Okay, he will take his trade and do his analysis, and with what he had learned, now he's able to even sit down to think about certain strategies, which exactly, that is what I think every one of us, I desire that every one of us should become. We should become traders. We should not become gamblers. Most of the people you see in the market are gamblers. They just go and gamble because It's very easy to gamble. It's either you buy or you sell. It's either you buy or you sell. And in gambling, it's either it's up or down. So we must be very careful not to gamble with our money. And the psychology is very, very important. And that is what many of us don't really pay attention to. We pay so much attention to learning the skill, the strategy. Okay, this is it, this is that. But a lot of times after you've learned the strategy, you have not been able to learn how to control yourself. If you took a trade and you lost that trade, what is going on in your mind? What is going on in your mind after you lost one trade? And what should go on in your mind? What should you do? How should you respond? Should you, because of that, and be fighting the market and say, I'm going to get it back and I lost $10, I will put $15? No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So, thank you very much. I think we have to start right now. And okay. So, let me share my chat with you. Okay? So what I want us to do today is to look at a strategy I have over a period of time taken time to study and apply it and have some results. And I also watch it somewhere and I noticed that, wow, so this is it. First, we are going to analyze the strategy. This strategy is actually what I call trend continuation. Trend continuation. So it's all about trend. It's all about trend. So when you are going to treat this strategy, you must make sure that you know your trend. And of course, I remember one of the things I said is that trend will give you two informations. Number one, trend will give you the direction of the market, and at the same time, trend will give you the dominant force in the market. So you need to know the trend. Trend is very, very important. Okay, and I think at this point in time, we can all be able to say we can identify trend. Okay, so I will not. I would like you to, because we are all VIP students, I would like you to mute your mic so that you can quickly, if there is anything we need to contribute, we contribute. But if there is too much of noise, I might have to do it myself. And I have to do it myself. But or when I see where the noise is coming from, I can do that myself. Where the noise is coming from. Okay. So what you do here in this strategy is called trend continuation. Trend continuation. Trend continuation. I can hear the sound of his lean. He's lean from Brazil. Okay. So trend continuation. And because it is a trend continuation, the normal thing to do first and foremost is to recognize your trend. Know where is the trend. What kind of trend do you have? Do you have an uptrend or do you have a downtrend? Now, this strategy is not good to be traded in a ranging market. It's good when you have a trending market. And like I said, I see no reason why anybody should not look for a trending market. No, because trending market will give an edge. over all the other trends. So what is this strategy? Two things I will show you about these strategies. This strategy is basically, it's technical, complete technical, okay? Technical, and it works on what I call 4 candles. 4 candles. Actually 3, but you go with the 4th one. The 4th one is the candle that is like where you are going to go. That means you are going to look for 3 candles. You are going to look for 3 candles. Then I will describe to you what happened in that 3 candles. Then after that 3 candles, you take a decision with the 4th candle. You take a decision with the 4th candle. Some of us that attended Ebenezer, no, not Ebenezer. Some of us that attended Cheyenne's class. When I'm done with this class, you can go back and watch Cheyenne's video. You'll be able to confirm what I'm saying to you. Okay? He talks about volume and also talks about momentum. In his class, he will teach volume and he teaches momentum. He trades volumes and he trades momentum. Okay, so I'm going to quickly ask someone here in the class to tell us what he has learned about volume. When you say volume, what is volume? Based on what Cheyenne taught, what is volume? So Ryan, can you please help us? What is volume and what is momentum? What's the difference between volume and momentum?
Well, so according to Cheyenne, the momentum has only either buyers or sellers, and volume has both buyers and sellers in the particular candle or trend.
Thank you very much. Now, according to that definition, he said when you talk about volume, in physics, volume has to do with the quantity, okay, which has to do with both buyers and sellers. So the idea is, who is in charge? Is it the buyer that is in charge or the seller that is in charge? But volume has to do with both. You have the buyers and you have the sellers, but one must be in charge. So when Cheyenne talks about volume, if he's talking about volume is low or volume is high, he's saying to you that, oh, I'm seeing a kind of buyers and sellers in this market, but the sellers are in charge. I'm seeing buyers and sellers in this market, but the buyers are in charge. That is what volume is. And I remember very well, he used a cup of water to explain. And he said that if I put water in a cup, what is inside the cup? And we said water. He said water and what? Some of us were not able to answer. So he said water and air. Okay? Now, and that is the truth. So when you talk about volume, you talk about buyers and sellers. But at the same time, you need to now discover who is in charge. Since you have buyers, since you have sellers, who is in charge? Where are you supposed to go? Are you supposed to follow the buyers or you are supposed to follow the sellers? That is what volume, according to Cheyenne. I'm borrowing Cheyenne's language to teach you guys because you are VIPs here. Okay? So we need to discuss. And whatever I know, I am ready to teach you because one of the things that is a blessing to me is that the more I teach you, the more I learn. So I'm ready to teach. I'm ready to pour out what I have. There's nothing to hide. That is why when I teach you, I give you the video. I'm not interested in those. I have told anybody selling it, if you sell it, you won't make money. You that sold it will not make money. The person that bought it will not make money. Okay? So that's interesting. So, but I give the video. Some of these are teachers that are teaching us. They will not give us the video. Okay? They will not give us the video. So volume has to do with buyers and sellers in the same place. But one of them has to prevail. Is either the buyers prevail or the sellers prevail. That's volume. Now, I need to give you this understanding before you can see and understand the 3 candles that we are talking about. Now, when you talk about momentum in that direction, you are talking about just like what we talked about in our own class, momentum candle. If you are looking at a momentum candle and it's a bearish momentum candle, what we are just saying is that there is no buyer in that candle. So we are looking at the close of that candle that there is no buyer there. That's why we call it momentum candle. So if it's a bullish candle, you are looking at the close of that candle and say there is no seller there. So when it comes to momentum, you talk about only buyers or sellers. Is it that you are talking about buyers or you are talking about sellers? That's what it is. So what we are going to look at right now is how to trade trend continuation with this concept. Trend continuation with this concept. Now, how do you do that? Let's take some examples. Let's take some examples. Okay. Now, you can see trend here, downtrend here, then you see uptrend here. Now, when you are looking at this trade, you want to take volume, okay, according to that explanation I gave, but just take it as trend continuation. Now, you are looking at one candle, one. This is not a very good one because this is a doji. This is a doji candle. But what you do is you count 3 candles. 1, 2, 3. 3 candles after, or 3 candles immediately after an opposite candle. Now, what do I mean by that? This is a green candle. You count 3 candles red. If you can find 1, 2, 3 red candles, it's telling you that the next candle, which is the 4th one, will be red, and that is momentum. That means there is no buyer at all. I will repeat myself again. From an opposite candle, from a buyer's candle, in a downtrend, you see 3 strong candles, 3 strong bearish candles. You count 3. 1, 2, 3. And all the 3 candles, they are all red. Chances of having the 4th one to be red is 90%. Can you all hear me? Hello, guys.
Yes, we can.
Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Count.
Can hear you, sir.
Yeah. You know, I'm not the kind of a person that want to tell you if there's a concept that I found by myself, I will tell you I found myself. But if there is a concept that I've taken time to study from somewhere, I will make reference to that. Now, when I discovered this one, for some time, I started looking for how to confirm. And I realized that this person uses it a lot. But very unfortunately, he doesn't teach it like that. So even if you attend his class, he's not going to tell you like that. Some of us that attended the class, it was never like that. But if you go back to watch his video, you will be able to understand what I'm talking about. So, like I said, from the opposite candle, what do I mean by opposite candle? If you are going to sell from the opposite candle, that means from a buyer's candle, you count 1, 2, 3 candles, 3 strong bearish candle. If you get 3 strong bearish candle, the probability of the 4th one being red, I say it again, is 90%. The probability of the 4th one being red is 90%. So that to show you that there is no buyer in the market at all. So after the first one, the second candle, the third candle, you cannot see buyer in that direction. That means the fourth candle is going to be a red candle. And if you will go and do a back testing and come back to tell me if I'm right or wrong. Okay? So, like I said, I don't like this one here, this doji. But let's say what I'm saying is 1, 2, 3. After this third candle, the probability of this fourth one being red is 90%. Then you see from another opposite candle, this is a green candle, you count 1, 2, 3, then the fourth one. Then you look at the green one, if you count from the opposite candle, you see 1, 2, 3, the fourth one is green. From this other area too, you see 1, 2, 3, the fourth one is green. You see from this one too, you see 1, 2, 3, the fourth one is green. Okay?
Yeah, but that's a weak candle.
Yeah, that's a weak candle, correct. Very, very weak candle. Which is, you try to avoid it. Avoid weak candles.
Okay.
Look for strong candles. The probability of having the fourth candle being that candle when all the other candles are all strong candle is 90%. Is 90%. Now, good. I'm just, you know, there is an adage in my place that you are bringing out something from the pocket and somebody is already telling you what is the color. Let the thing come out of the pocket first. Now, I need to give you some cautionary notes about this, which is the same thing we apply to every strategy. In every strategy you are trading, you must always remember to pay attention to your levels. That means if the third candle, now the way you're asking says if the fourth is near SNR. No, the fourth one is the one you are trading. You are looking at the third one. You are looking at 1, 2, 3. If you get 1, 2, 3, then you go with the fourth one. Okay? So if you get 1, 2, 3, and the third one is at a level, you can't go because you know there is a level there. So every strategy that we apply in binary respect levels. So there is no strategy that I have found or anyone teaching that is talking about don't bother about levels. No, levels are very, very important. So when you are counting the first candle, the second candle, the third one, pay attention to levels. Levels can alter in fact, that levels are meant to alter the direction. Okay? Am I making it clear, please?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you talk more about your SNR tags? Okay, Islin, you have to, you know, because your English is a little bit very challenging. Like I said, I need to have a class with you because the way I'm saying it here, you remember when we did our class, you brought an interpreter. So I think it's better for me to have another class with you, Islin. That's the best thing because in a class like this, it might be very challenging, except I put it on a YouTube where you can have a translation. I think there is a way some of our students found out that if you put it on a YouTube, you can have it translated to your language. So, Islin, we have to talk, okay? So, let's go back to what we're saying. Now, this is what is called momentum by Cheyenne. When you have 1, 2, 3 candles, then after the third strong candles. Now, let me say this to you. Let me say this to you. If you find momentum candles in those candles, that means 1, 2, 3, your signal is stronger. Your signal is stronger. That means those 3 candles that I'm mentioning, if you find momentum candle maybe 1 or 2, oh my goodness me, that is a very strong signal. Very strong signal. As long as there is no level, very strong signal. Okay? Is that clear? So that I can go to the second one.
Okay, sir. It's clear.
It's clear, right?
Yes, sir.
I think it's simple enough, right?
Yes, sir.
It's clear, sir.
Ryan.
It's clear,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, good. You're free. Okay, you. Uyi. Ngok. Good, 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 good. Okay. Thank you very much. So let's talk about the third one. The second one, sorry. The second one is the one that we're talking about volume. Is the one we're talking about volume. And how does that one work? It's very simple. It's very simple. Now, it's the same 3 candles. The same 3 candles. But this one is like the opposite. How is it like the opposite? Now, you count 1, 2 candles. Then the third candle go in the opposite direction. That means if you're having from here, I will show you an example. From here, you're counting 1, 2 candles. Then this third candle go as a bullish candle. Now, by the time it closes, make sure that it gives you a new low. Then the fourth candle will be a red candle. Volume. According to Cheyenne. That means in that 4 candles, you have sellers and you have buyers, but the sellers are in charge. So you have only 1 candle as against 2 candles. So the 4th candle will go down.
Come again, sir.
Right now.
Come again, sir.
The first one I explained to you, you have 3 candles going in the same direction. 1, 2, 3. If you have this one, then you go with the 4th one. Go. But this one, I'm saying you are going to have 1, 2 candles. Then the third one will go in the opposite direction. If you're having red, you are going to have green. This green will go in the opposite direction. And remember, when I was teaching you about momentum, I said to you that momentum in a normal trend is different from momentum in momentum trend. And the rule for trading momentum in a momentum trend is different from rule of trading momentum in a normal trend. Now, what is the momentum in a momentum trend? It means when you see a momentum candle in a momentum trend, go with the next candle. Now, I said when you see a momentum in a normal trend, allow the candle after momentum candle to form. Most times, it forms an opposite candle, and it will give you a new low, and there will be a rejection. That's exactly what is happening here now. So this strategy, which is trend continuation, is that if you see 1 candle, you see 1 strong candle here, then you see another strong candle here, then you now see green candle, rejection. That means the next candle will be red. That's what I'm saying. So the idea is you are dealing with 4 candles. You are using 3 candles to get a signal. So the first one, if you have this one, and red, then the next one will be red. But this second one, if you have 1, 2, and the third one is green, it must give you a new low, and there must be a rejection. Why the rejection? The rejection is to tell you that the sellers that are here, they are still inside this market. So the next candle will go down. Abba Mohammed, he said it's like trend continuation. Yeah, that's what I'm saying now. I call it trend continuation. That's exactly what I'm saying to you. Before, when we started, I said the strategy is trend continuation. That is it. So is it clear right now? Is it clear? These two strategies, are they clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it fair? Is this simple enough?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hello,
Very
sir.
simple.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is Edward?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can recognize the voice.
Sir, what about if there's no rejection or the rejection is not high, is not strong enough?
I'm not talking about strong rejection. I'm only trying to say there must be a rejection. Because, you know, when we trade, we don't just trade blindly. We need to understand why these candles are behaving like this. The reason for the
Yes.
rejection is to tell you that, okay, the previous candle is seller. The trend is a downtrend. You have the first candle, sellers enter. The second candle, sellers enter. Then the third candle, you have buyers. So if the sellers are going to continue, they must continue. You must see the sign of seller from this green candle. So if there is no seller in this candle, it is a questionable one. It's questionable.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Somebody said, okay.
Yes.
Oh, Benko, you have tested it after I taught you, right? Good. It works perfectly. It works perfectly. It works perfectly. In fact, this rejection is just sometimes there might not be rejection, but we're going to see that they can't form a new low. It must give you a new low because look at this. Let me show you something that is very important. Yeah, you can go and test it right away. That's the idea. Test it. Let me show you something. I want you to see what I'm saying. Now, if you have this, so that you can understand the psychology behind it. You have this candle, then you have another candle, then you now have a candle like this. Watch it very well. Yeah, you are going to do a back testing for yourself now. You now have a candle like this. This type of a candle you have to avoid because it is at the same level. A lot of times, the next candle that will come in here might go up. But if it gives you a new low like this, the next candle will go down from here. Okay? Somebody said we should do a back testing so that other can see. But I've done it. Let's do more now. Let's do more. Now you can see this is a downtrend. We have just done this one. We have done this one. We have done this one. We have done this one too. Okay. We have done this one. Okay. Now look at this one. Good. Look at this one. From this green candle, you are seeing a red candle here. Then you are seeing another red candle here. Then you are seeing another red candle here. But this red candle, you can see there's a level.
There's a level, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a level.
So you have to pay attention to levels. Please pay attention to levels because it is the level that can be something. Does the new low is with real body or with wicks? The new low is with the wick. The new low is with the wick. Okay. One, two, three. level. That's why it turns. Okay? This is a green one. But this market is actually not a very good one because you can see a lot of wicks. But even with that, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? You can see it. 1, 2. Then look at the third one. The third one went against it, and the fourth one came down. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. So
Sir.
Yeah.
So what if we have a strong candle, then we have a weak candle in between, then another strong candle? Will it still work?
If the candle that is weak is in between,
yeah,
in between, that means it's not towards the last candle. It is. You can go with it, but let it not be just weak and weak and weak, because the idea is you are looking for momentum. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Like something like this. This is the green candle. You are seeing one, then you have seen this is a little bit weak. But after this one, you are seeing a strong candle.
Another strong candle.
Then this one is going. Okay? So this is it. Here you are seeing after this one, you are seeing 1, 2, 3. But the third one here is this. Because if you check here very well, if I take it back, you will see a level there. I can assure you there's a level there. So this one, you see another one here. 1, then of course, look at momentum. Then look at 3. Then the fourth one we go. So this is what I'm saying to you. Please try to do a back testing and get back to me and tell me whatever you have found out. Because I have used it, I have traded with it. And in fact, sometimes when I'm not ready to crack my brain too much, I just sit down and be watching it like this. As long as I see a good trend. Because the idea is you are trading trend continuation. And of course, we always talk about choosing a very good trend. Choosing a very good trend. So when you choose a good trend like this, you will find out that you are just going, you are just making the money. Okay, you are just making the money. The only thing I am saying to you on this issue is that pay attention to levels. Pay attention to levels. Very, very important. That is the only thing you need to do with this strategy. Pay attention to levels. Do a kind of a back. Look at the previous, your history, and make sure that you know where your levels are. Don't just follow as the candle is going down. You are counting 1, 2, 3. No, please pay attention to levels. Pay attention to levels. And some of you that are experts, you will also know that even the way the candle behaves can give you an idea of a reversal. What do I mean by that? Now, let me quickly say this before we close. There's a way this candle will behave, this candle that I'm seeing, that I know that is likely going to reverse. What is it going to behave? I will see that inside this candle, there will be bias. As this candle is forming, I'll be seeing a lot of rejection inside this candle. And at the end of the day, it closes there. So when I see such a rejection, even if I didn't know that there is a level here, it gets my attention. It gets my attention. So that is why, please, when you enter the market, don't just jump into the market because, hey, this is 1, 2, 3. Don't do that. Don't do that. Try to calm down and analyze, because the last candle might have formed in your absence and you didn't know what was happening inside the formation of the candle. When the candle, let the candle form before you. Let the candle form before you. Make sure you study the formation of the candle. He says, sometimes I see buyers and sellers at same level. That's confused me. Some small buyer and seller too. That's a lot of trying to understand this question. What you need here is just to count the number of candles. It's just to count the number of candles. So hey, just count the number of candles. When you count the number of candles, it's fine. And what I'm adding to you is that this candle, the way this candle forms, a lot of times can give you an idea that the next candle is likely going to be green. And also remember, I used to tell you, and I will repeat it again. When you look at your candle, for instance, you look at from here to here. This is the biggest candle. So, and I also tell you that the biggest candle is a sign that the candle is likely going to reverse. The biggest candle in the trend gives you a sign that the next candle is likely going to reverse. Why? It's a sign of exhaustion in the market. It's a sign that whoever the debtors that are in the market, they are weak. So they are trying to finish up the selling and continue with buying. So that's why strong candles most times reverse the market. And what the rookie traders do, the newbie, what they do is that if they see a selling candle, and finally they saw another one very strong, they think that the next candle is going to go down. So when they put in the trade, then the market will go opposite them. They will say, no, IK option is manipulating. IK option is manipulating it. This is a very strong buyer's, a seller's candle. Why would the market go against it? These people are fake. They are manipulating. My brother, my sister, they are not manipulating. That is, if you understand the psychology of the market, you know that is how it works. So strong candle in the middle of the trend is a sign most times that the market is reversed. That means even if you forgot your levels, there are warning signs that can help you to know that the next candle might reverse. And those warning signs, number one, the way that candle forms right before you. You can begin to see either buyers or sellers in that candle. If you turn it to 5 seconds, you will see it very well. But without turning it to 5 seconds, you can see the fluctuation of the formation of the candle. Then, also, if that candle is a big candle compared to the previous candles, it's also a sign. So these are two warning signs you can use to protect yourself in case you forgot your levels. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's clear, sir.
Sir, will the videos be available, sir?
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I said, would the video be available, sir?
Yes, I will post it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any question, please?
Yes, I do. This is Geoffrey, I'm asking, on the third candle, what if bearish momentum, the third candle engulfs the second candle, but still forms a lower low in a bearish momentum?
Yeah, it forms. It
Yeah,
gives
it
you
forms a lower low, but engulfs the second candle.
it gives you a new low, but remember the rule is there must be a rejection here, and there is no rejection. This one also gives you an idea of another momentum candle. Am I right? There's a new low, but there is no rejection. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
So, and remember, I used to say there must be a rejection. That rejection means the sellers in this candle are ready to enter this candle again. So if you don't see rejection here, it is a questionable trade. And you cannot see a rejection here. No rejection here. You cannot see a rejection here at all. This is actually another momentum candle.
Okay, I don't know whether you have understood my question.
Okay?
I appreciate that. But my question was, looking at the third candle as it forms,
Okay.
it closes like, talk of a bearish momentum like the one you are illustrating, but the third candle is a bullish candle that engulfs the second candle, but still forms a lower low.
Are you talking about this one?
No. Can I draw them?
Yeah, go ahead and do.
Okay. Okay. We have these. And then sorry, let me remove. I think I've messed up. I wanted the third one. I wanted Let me draw again. Okay, thank you.
Are you talking about
Thank
this?
you. Now let me draw now.
Okay. Okay.
And then we have this. Sorry. Yes, like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you are talking about this candle. Then if you see
Exactly,
a sign,
yeah.
if you see a sign like this, remember that I taught you that at SNR area, there are sometimes you see a bullish engulfing and the market will not go down, the market will go up. Am I right?
Okay.
So what you are seeing when you see such a market, like here, one, two, three, this is our signal. But if you are having a bullish engulfing like this, as maybe like 1, 2, and you are seeing a bullish engulfing, I will advise you not to go with the third one because it's already a bullish engulfing. Because the market might go down, the market might go up. That bullish engulfing alone already is giving you a sign that it has engulfed the seller. So the buyers can go. So you can avoid such a trade. Take trades that you are more sure, not the one that you are a little bit not sure of. If I see a bullish engulfing candle like this, rejection here as 1, 2, and is the third candle, I will not go with the third one because I'm not sure of this. So I will avoid it. Okay?
All right.
Because you cannot 100% tell how the market moves. You only look for certain things that you have studied and you are sure of. Such a market I will avoid, and I will also advise you to avoid it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other question? Okay. I think maybe next week we might have another class because Ryan has something that he shared with me yesterday. We are working on it and we are going to bring it out again. Okay? We are working on it. We'll be bringing ourselves, that is why belonging to this group, you don't have maybe I should come up with a membership renewal fees. What do you think?
No, please. But if you are making money, no problem.
No, we are. Okay, why won't you make money? With all
we will be making money.
Why will you not make money?
We will be making money.
Will you? That the idea is for you to make money. This is not part of the things that we discussed, but we came up with it and said, okay, let's give ourselves. Now, the next time we are going to do, there is a strategy Ryan and I we are looking at. He discussed it with me. We're going to bring it up. Then I have another strategy, 5 minutes, in case you are having a challenge with 1 minute. I will show you something in 5 minutes. Okay, that will be another class, not now. So I just brought this one for you as use it as part of your, add it to whatever you are doing, and don't say you don't find any trades to take. No, it's not possible. You can't have all of this and you don't see trades to take. Okay?
Excuse me, Henry.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's possible, if it's not, or sometimes you send us some screenshots. I don't know if it's possible for you to make in like a PDF file or something like that. It might be more clear, and just in case if we miss anything, I don't know. What do you think about that?
I'm planning something. I don't know. Maybe we will discuss it on the chat. I'm planning something that we should fix a date so that all of us can trade together. So
yeah, that's going to be great. That's going to be great. Yeah.
We are going to trade together, live trade, and then we are going to look for signals of all our strategies so that if anybody is forgetting something, as we are trading together, the person can remember. So in our group chat this week, we are going to find a way to fix a time within the week and trade together. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
That is perfect.
So that's what we're going to do. So I hope we
Well,
are
that will be fine.
yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. And maybe occasionally we can be just, without even teaching, we can just, okay, guys, let's trade together. And we just trade together. Okay? So that's what we're going to be doing. The idea in this group is for you to be a marvel. I've told you, so for you to be a marvel, not to gather information. You have, many of you, you have too many informations. We have to delete them. And so that you can have the proper one that you can use to help yourself. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I will try and post the video. If you have any questions, please contact me. Thank you and thank you. God bless you. Have a wonderful
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.